up, let's meet the world's largest private toy company, MGA Entertainment, and learn about their #1 collector brands for girls, Lalaloopsy.
You're watching YBLTV.
You've got some great brands with some great names, Moxie Girls, Mushka, Little Tykes, and more. What do you look for when creating a brand and nurturing its growth long term? As the world's largest private toy company, you've got to be knowing what you're doing.
Well, a couple of things. Our company motto is to be disruptive, so we're always really striving for innovation. We have teams of people who have been with us for years who are just the best product developers in the world and just create fantastic toy concepts. And then nurturing long term, we really let the consumer lead us. For example, the Lalaloopsy product, the theme is all based in DIY, crafting and baking and things like that, which is a huge trend right now with Pinterest and Etsy. So we watch the marketplace and we see what the trends are and we let the consumer lead us.
Let's talk a little bit about the history of MGA Entertainment. Okay. Where have you started?
Well, the name actually means Micro Games of America, and that was the original name of the company. Our owner, Isaac Larian, started back in the 80s, and one of the first things he did was create games for Nintendo. But then he started creating, our first doll product was Bouncy Bouncy Baby, and he took it to retailers, to buyers, to sell it in, and they said, well, I can't buy this from you. Your company is called Micro Games of America. You're not a toy company. And he said, okay, I'm changing the company name to MGA. So that's how we became MGA. And ever since then, we've been really a leader at innovating in dolls.
Tell us about your new brand extension with the Lalaloopsy dolls.
Sure, they're called Lalaloopsy Girls. And for the first time ever, Lalaloopsy will be in the fashion doll aisle. We think they're going to be huge. If you're familiar with that aisle at all, you know that in the past couple of years it's been really dark and weird. There's been zombie princesses and monsters and just bizarre things that moms aren't really loving. And the Lalaloopsy Girls are 11-inch fashion dolls. There are 8 core Lalaloopsy characters all grown up. And so for the first time ever, they are off to academy, and there's they're attending this magical school where they learn things like glitter bombing and cloud sculpting. And the dolls themselves have great fashions, and they're just really colorful and light and bright and fun. And I think they're going to bring a lot of whimsy to that aisle.
So you recently signed a 2-year deal then with Viacom for your first 2 seasons of Lalaloopsy. Internationally, Nickelodeon, Nick Jr. What are some of the licensing factors that you see with some of your products that people need to take into consideration when they're creating these characters?
Well, in particular for Lalaloopsy, collectability. It's the #1 collector's brand for girls. So I think that's huge for licensing, because when we release dolls, we flight the dolls, so they come out every 8 weeks. A new doll comes out at retail, so the girls rush to retail and they want to get their hands on the new Lalaloopsy. And so I think that will help to move a lot of products for a lot of licensing partners as well. If they kind of follow our strategy with constantly releasing new characters, it helps to sell a lot of product.
Over the last 5 years, the licensing and retail landscape has changed so dramatically. I'm sure you're aware then of so many of the trends, looking at interactive TV, 3D, social media being on the rise. Where are some of those influences that you are seeing being reflected in the work that you do?
So content is huge for us. We are all about entertainment content behind our brands. We've always had strong storytelling behind our brands. We don't just make dolls. We always have a backstory to the dolls. But now with the digital landscape, it's becoming easier to do that. I'll give you an example. Our Moxie Girls Poopsie Pet product, we are launching an app on Monday on the iTunes App Store. So really cute game for girls that gives them some other play experience to supplement the dolls.
We attend the International Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas here annually in January. What are some of the products that you might be rolling out, coming out in a few months?
A couple of things. We are very involved in creating some really cool digital content right now. I can't tell you exactly what just yet, but next week there will be a big announcement. We're partnering with a big film studio, actually, to do some entertainment content that has a supplemental doll that goes along with it, and it's all based in science, which is really cool because it's going to get girls involved in science, and there's a whole curriculum behind it where girls will be solving mysteries using science and, very educational but very fun and cool at the same time.